Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we've got some really interesting snippets of everyday English conversations.
Yeah, and we're going to kind of explore the choices people make, the perspectives behind them.
Exactly. We'll be looking at village versus city life, getting a pet, even dealing with a breakup. The mission is to, dig into what these chats reveal about personal preferences, coping mechanisms, that sort of thing.
It's amazing how much you can learn from these seemingly simple conversations, right? They touch on really fundamental stuff.
Totally. Let's jump in with that first one. Village versus city. The dialogue you shared really laid out the pros and cons.
hmm The source actually defined pros and cons for us, just advantages and disadvantages.
Mm.
Pretty straightforward.
Right. So for the village, the big draw seems to be that peace and quiet, being close to nature.
Yeah, that slower pace. You can see why people crave that, especially if they're feeling, overwhelmed. Good for the soul, maybe.
And you often get that stronger sense of community, right? People looking out for each other.
Definitely. That built-in support system. But then, flip side, the city offers.
Mm.
Well, the buzz.
Yeah, the opportunities, jobs, education, just more things happening, entertainment.
And that often connects to a desire for, like, growth,
Sure.
access to different things, maybe even a bit of anonymity, which you don't always get in a village.
The conversation mentioned independence in the city, too.
Right, you're often more on your own, have to be more self-reliant. Village life can be more interdependent.
And diversity. Cities usually mean exposure to loads of different cultures, which is a big plus for many.
So it really boils down to what you value more, doesn't it? Your
Yeah.
priorities, your lifestyle. There's no single right answer.
But interestingly, the conversation didn't just leave it there. It hinted at maybe finding a balance, not strictly one or the other.
Ah, yes. That idea of integrating different parts, finding a middle ground, that comes up a lot when people make big life choices.
Okay, let's shift gears. Topic 2. Getting a pet. This conversation was a real back and forth between the joys and the work involved.
hmm The responsibilities. They mentioned things like potential mess, allergies, the cost, the time commitment.
You can't ignore that stuff. It's a big decision, impacts your daily life, your energy levels.
Absolutely. It's an investment.
But then, the other side, the companionship. How pets can reduce stress. They specifically talked about getting a dog.
Right. Dogs bring that loyalty, that affection. It meets a really deep need for connection, I think. Unconditional love, almost.
True. But dogs do need attention, exercise. It's a two-way street.
Exactly. It's a relationship that needs active input from the owner. You got to be prepared for that.
Which brings us back to that personal check. Do I really have the time and energy?
Yeah. Though the conversation had a nice twist there, suggesting that getting the dog might actually make you more active.
Huh. Yeah, a kind of positive push, like the choice itself changes your behavior.
Precisely. These feedback loops happen all the time.
Okay, final topic, and this one's a bit heavier. Dealing with a breakup. The source focused on that initial shock and pain, especially finding out about infidelity.
Oof. Yeah, that raw hurt really highlights how vulnerable we are in relationships and how devastating betrayal can feel.
It does. But then the advice given was pretty solid, I thought. Take time for yourself.
Mm-hmm. Heal. Focus on your hobbies, things you enjoy.
Spend time with people who support you, friends, family, that kind of thing.
Crucial steps for resilience, really. Grieving, reconnecting with yourself outside the relationship, leaning on your network.
And, holding on to the idea that you can find someone else, maybe even someone better suited, eventually.
Hope is important.
Just briefly, the source also snuck in some English learning tips. Did you catch that?
Oh, yeah. Talk to yourself in English. Find people to practice with.
And the suggestion to record yourself speaking. Apparently, it helps with confidence and pronunciation. Kind of makes sense.
It does. It shows how you can find little learning moments, even in unexpected places.
So, wrapping this up, looking at village life, pets, breakups, it's clear how these everyday choices and challenges really reveal what we value, how we cope.
Our resilience, our priorities.
Yeah,
It all comes out.
definitely. So, for everyone listening, think about what stood out to you from this. Which of these situations, these viewpoints, kind of resonates with your own life and experiences? Something to mull over.